Transformers Weekly, bringing you Transformer news from around Australia. This is episode 201, recording live very late on a Monday, late as in after the weekend, October 7th, 2019. I would say to my left, but I think everyone's going to have different pictures in different assortments around the screen. So I'll go to my left anyway. Oh, Brad's down there. Going left, we've got Chris. Not Chris. I'm sorry, I've stuffed it up already. Cameron.
Hello, how you going?
Good, yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Coming back to the podcast, second appearance?
Second appearance, a few weeks off, just through illness. It seems to be something going around Canberra. So good to be back on my feet.
I know how cold it gets there, so...
Yeah.
And to speak to that too, we've got our other Canberra resident making her debut. Daria, how you going? And she paused. No. Oh. You there now?
Oh, hi. Sorry. Lagging right. A bit there. Yeah, going good. Glad to be here.
Glad to be here? Awesome. And the groovy voice you heard earlier was once again Brad Groovy Guy coming back to us from Perth. How you going, Brad?
I'm doing well, Brad.
That's the way. Canberra, did you have a long weekend this weekend? Was it Canberra Day today?
It is.
Yep. Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, is that what it is? I couldn't remember which one it was. But yeah.
It's good just to have a day off.
That's all I know.
Yeah, no, I remember from when I used to go up to Canberra to work, them trying to pick the public holidays off the same day as New South Wales did, just because of your little island and then they're isolated and surrounded by New South Wales. But we've got some New York Comic Con stuff to discuss, and a lot of other stuff. I think Jason's watching. All right, guys, ready to get some news. Share the screen. All the stuff you don't normally get to see.
Do we need to do the pause for the music intro?
No, that's all right. I can edit that in quite easily.
Okay.
Coming up first, we got a little bit of a reveal here of our possible next Titan.
The news coming from over yonder.
Over yonder at New York Comic Con. Black Zarek, and his little headmaster dude. A sign of Scorponok, the new Titan coming.
Woohoo!
Either next year or the year after.
Uh-huh.
About bloody time they got up to making this guy.
He has been looked after for a long time. I wonder if I was going to say in pre-chat, it was probably about a year or 2 year lead into Omega Supreme as well. We've seen sort of the head and some box art, I think, at the New York Comic Con 2 years ago. And that figure's pretty much ready to come out now. I'm sure we're going to see more of this little head as well. Go, Daria.
They seem to be going at about one Titan a year at the moment. So unless there's one I don't know about, he's probably for next year, for 2020.
Yeah, yep, true.
I also can't think of any large characters they haven't done yet.
Which is pretty ambitious with Unicron and the combining studio series as well. They're going to have a lot of big bots on the shelves next year. Although Devastator's getting built now, so that wouldn't count.
No. Be interesting to see this guy fully realized, because one thing for me with the toy was I was wondering if they were going to have because I got the G1 toy and it's like a big body and a little head, whereas Fortress Maximus is a big body, a medium head, and a little head. So it looks like they're going for the same treatment here. They got two headmasters with Scorponok, which is wrong. But he'll be a welcome addition.
Yeah. Cameron, have you got some of the other Titans?
I don't, unfortunately. I've been focusing on just some of the more deluxe leader class figures.
Yep. Is that a space issue or availability?
Definitely a space issue, but also a marital issue.
Okay. Yep. Keep everyone happy.
That's right.
Daria, have you got any of the Titans?
Yeah, in fact, I just was thinking about it. I've got all of them except Omega. I've got Unite Warriors Devastator on incoming at the moment, and he was a Titan too. So I got him, I got Metroplex, Fort Max, and Triptychon. So
tick
it
most of the
doesn't
boxes
seem
there.
like that's 4 years worth of figures, but I guess it is.
Yeah, and add Predaking in there as well. It's coming out in the meantime.
Oh yeah, forgotten about him.
no one got him because no one's seen him.
Yeah.
Unless you're very lucky. So I wonder how they're like. You know, Brad, have you got any of the others?
The other Titan toys.
Yeah.
The only other one I've got that's different is I've got Fort Max, Metroplex, Trypticon, Devi, Predaking, and also is it Grand or Brave Maximus? Yeah,
Brave?
Takara Tomy Mall last year repaint of Fort Max. I think it was pretty sure it was Grand Maximus.
Yep.
And I've only got one section in my cabinets that can actually fit Titan class toys. And I think I'm only limited to like 1 or 2 now.
Yep.
One of them's going to be Omega.
Yeah, my big guy's just bro fisting on top of my bookshelf at the moment.
Oh, nice.
I hope they don't fall off. So I wonder what the transformation's going to be like. We know with Metroplex and Fort Max, for instance, for the most part, transformed similar to the originals, except for the whole torso and just let's hide arms behind and all that sort of things. And fists didn't go away. I think Trypticon definitely changed that around for the engineering there, being able to go to city mode and spaceship mode as well if you want to play that game. But I think what we've seen with Omega 2, it's staying, apart from parts forming, staying pretty spot on with the original as well. So we might just have a Scorpion that stands up here, but I'm sure there will be some extra engineering in there as well. Obviously, we won't get a big brick.
Yeah, but it seems his basic transformation was pretty straightforward. So I imagine he'll probably replicate that and sort of go on from there.
You know, much like the walking gimmick for Omega and the and Trypticon. I don't think we'll have wheels on the bomber this week and wheel along the ground, have all the legs move. It'd be a good little accessory, but I don't know how engineering would facilitate that when those little legs are probably going to fold away on its backpack somewhere.
Yeah,
for that
and
robot
left
mode.
them out of all the other ones.
Yeah. Metroplex was the only. Oh, go.
Yeah, sorry. That article also mentions a Power Rangers crossover, which would also be interesting.
I don't know. I suppose they're doing Ghostbusters at the moment. They'd fit it in somehow.
Ghostbusters as well. Yeah.
Which I suppose is about time. Those are two franchises that could have quite easily transferred over, especially if you're going to do Headmasters or Target Masters, or Headmasters especially. Metroplex was the only one that come with electronics, wasn't it? It only had the light-up eyes. Fort Max lost that gimmick, didn't it?
No, Fort Max had electrics.
Oh, okay.
That is Brave. No, it's Grand. Bloody hell, why do I keep saying Brave? Grand Maximus had it as well. Trypticon, none of the combiners had it. This will be interesting. I'm just hoping that Omega and hopefully this guy doesn't have any bloody stickers to put onto him.
Oh, they will be. It's a going thing. There'll be stickers galore.
I still haven't finished sticker in mine.
I haven't even started any of them. I'd prefer to get some custom paint on them or something and do it that way instead of going through the 3 hours of stickering.
Yeah.
But I wonder here we're seeing like we've got the little headmaster for the head as well. I wonder if they're going to sort of go this route instead of going to the cost of electronics and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, there's not really much you can get Scorponok to say. He wasn't really quoted or anything.
No.
Very hardly shows up. Oh, that looks cool.
Oh
wow, that's
pretty sweet.
That's the Japanese headmaster's design for Zarak.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so watch this space. We're gonna see a lot more of Scorponok coming out. Probably not this year anymore. I think next year, Toy Fair, we might get to see another reveal. We might get a clawed hand or something to tease as well.
It'll be nice to have a Scorponok that can actually stand toe to toe with Fortress Maximus.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll look forward to the big bald fat guy security guard in front of it at Nuremberg next year. That's where the full thing will be on display.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna talk about Unicron once more. Hopefully, after this, we don't have to talk about him for a while because it's getting a little bit old now. But Unicron is funded. As of, I think it was Saturday, they crossed the 8,000 backers with a day and a bit left over, and it looks like it jumped up a fair bit towards the end there. So a lot of people getting in the last minute, it seems. There's some controversy whether it's people buying or whether it's Hasbro fudging the numbers. At the end of the day, I don't think it really matters. It's coming. Those that have pre-ordered it, it's coming. It makes it's sort of interesting. I went to EB Games before, and they've still got the pre-order up. So I don't know if they're going to take an extra few just in case some fall through. But it'd be interesting if you can keep on pre-ordering this up until release date.
I think that might be just the time difference between Australia and America. They might have it up an extra day or so after it's been closed. I'm not sure.
Was production reaches minimum? Well, it says on this here anyway. It's going to go into production if it reaches its minimum. So maybe there's no cap. They wanted eight. Yeah, they wanted 8,000 to make it.
They'll keep building it.
Mm. Yeah, well, why shut it off now and not let anyone else do it? That wouldn't be really financial benefit to them at all.
Definitely.
Dari, have you pre-ordered it?
No. I mean, it looks amazing, but at like, what is it, $800 or so? I really want it, but I don't have $800 burning a hole in my back pocket.
Do you have a bookshelf big enough to sit it on top of?
No, so then I need to buy a bookshelf as well, so it's even more expensive.
Cam, what did the wife say? Have you?
This is one I actually have pre-ordered.
Lovely.
I'm going to have to come up with a little cabinet or something just to put him on. But very excited about it, especially with the little minifigs. So I noticed they're coming out with a Hot Rod, Galvatron, and Autobot shuttle ship minifig, which would be a nice little kind of diorama setup that you could create at home.
Yeah,
that's what really turned me too. The little extras.
They're so tiny.
I know.
They couldn't even photograph them properly. At,
but that's what's amazing about them. They're tiny. They're cute.
No, I haven't got photos of them up here. But as you're saying, the minifigs, I've got those that did get it. You get the head display stand because the head is removable now, which it wasn't before, which that's great. And if it can transform without needing its head attached to it, that'll be even better because you can have it in planet mode and have that floating head. Like spread out the mass of it a little bit between your display space. You get that little Hot Rod and the Galvatron and the Autobot shuttle minifigs as well. And
sorry, he's got interchangeable faceplates, doesn't he? I think I was watching the video.
Chin.
His chin.
Yeah.
That's how big he is. Instead of having a solvable face, it's just limited to the chin.
Yeah. Yep. I did read somewhere, apparently the hand design or hand colours changed a little bit in these final colours as well, but that's fine. This is probably going to go through a couple more revisions too before the final things release, but they put those little extras on and it's going to be great. 50 points of articulation in this guy.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt that it's going to be a marvellous piece of figure.
It's sort of... It makes me wonder what the resale or second-hand market's going to be like on it too after its release. If they're going to keep pre-orders open until it's released, then it might be all right. But if they do turn around and say, right, well, we've hit 9,000, let's shut it off now, that means there's only 9,000 of this guy out in the world.
It'd be interesting too if they put it in the shops. So if it's doing well, if they decide just to box it up and put it into Kmart's Big W's, less exclusive.
Well, even EB Games, if they are continuing to get pre-orders on it, they could get stock in and have it on the shelves, and I'm sure they'll move it as well from those that probably haven't seen the online stuff, but if that's even possible in 2019. But
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a few of those specialty shops have put in a few orders for themselves and going to try and sell it the old-fashioned way in the shop.
Yeah, no, exactly right. I don't know if it would go to a Target or any of those retail. I
think it's too big.
Yeah, it did. I don't know if we've got any Star Wars fans here. The the sail barge and that they've done previously. Did any of that go to retail? Maybe it went to Toys R Us as a no, because we only get the Takara stuff here.
Yeah.
It might be specialty stuff.
Big W did the masterpieces. What are they for? $250 or something? $200. So that might be the threshold, but then they might think about it if it's doing well.
Yeah. Yep.
But I can see some geek stores ordering it in. Maybe even if there's just one or two.
Yeah, a lot of those collectors sort of marks. I went to I can't remember what it's called now. In a shopping centre here, Sunshine. I was in yesterday. Collector's store at a supermarket, and they had a lot of the hot toys stuff, and that they were getting in. Plus, just wall to wall pops, which I thought was funny in 2019. People are still selling them, but that was interesting. I suppose there was a couple of other news stories we're going to bring up too. But EB Games was going to be planning on getting the Nemesis Prime. Cameron, you're more on that. Which Prime was that? Was that the Power the Primes one?
I don't think it was. I think I might have closed the article. I got a bit excited when the news article came up, and tried clicking on the link, and then they're all dead. So couldn't pre-order it, unfortunately.
I went to EB Games website and I couldn't find any pre-orders for that for them either. So I don't know if maybe something's happened with that pre-order and they've had to cancel it, or if anyone did manage to pre-order, I'm sure they would have got an email about it, but I haven't seen anything in the group about it. So, yeah, interesting one. Brad, did you have this pre-ordered?
I pre-ordered him a couple of weeks ago, actually. Just spur of the moment. I figured, even though I'm not working at the moment, and the EB Games is just amazing, I can afford to put like $50 a month on him, and I should have him paid off well and truly before he's due to arrive.
I think that's one thing that we've been very lucky on, having that ability to pay off, or at least not having to pay the full balance.
Yeah,
just to pre-order it.
I've also got a chest of drawers with nothing on top, so that's where his planet mode's going to go.
Did you buy two of them, Bradley?
No.
Yeah, one robot mode, one planet mode.
No, I've already got the Universal Dominator Unicron, which is a remold of the Armada into a G1. So he's my robot mode Unicron, and this guy's going to be my planet mode Unicron.
Yeah, I've got the Armada one, and that's part of my thinking too. I'm actually pretty happy with the Armada one for what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an excellent figure, and this is just, I think, to be a glutton.
It's weird too. Like, they done the reissue there last year, I think it was, and if I'd got that, if it had actually come to stores here anywhere other than Toys R Us before they shut down, I don't know if I'd get this one and double up on Unicron. I'd probably say I'm happy with that one. I'd keep it, and it's only because I haven't got any Unicron before, and more so just its size, because I've got a lot of the world's smallest Dinobots and that, which I hope are going to scale on it. Having those little Hot Rod and Galvatron figures aren't going to help that scale out any. But yeah, we'll see. We've got just over a year now to wait for it to come out. In that time, a lot can change. Moving on, Transformers Siege. Dara, are you collecting Siege at the moment?
Yeah, bits of it anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty excited by this next bit coming up, the Aetherized figures. I've just grabbed myself a Springer, and Impactor's on his way. So I'm pretty hooked with these. Yeah. Yep.
Cam, what about you? You collecting Siege at the moment?
I actually am. I've got 6 refractors, which is good. So having a lot of fun, putting them into camera mode and all the different modes they go into.
Six of the regular one, or 3
six individual refractors. Yeah.
Is one of them the exclusive coloured one, or are they all just the regular guy?
All just the regular guys. I'm just having so much fun posing them. And great fun. I've also got a lot of the other ones. I got Prowl, which I was a bit disappointed with, just because of his leg setup. I think we spoke about this at the last podcast that I was on. But the rest of them are pretty good. I've got Starscream, which I'm pretty happy with, and Soundwave as well, which he's got obviously the little open chest cavity.
Yeah. Right. Well, they when Siege came out, we learned that it was going to be part one in a trilogy, 3-part trilogy, of course, because that's what trilogies are. New York Comic Con this year, we've had the reveal of. I hadn't. Now I'm playing around the run sheet and I've lost it. Earthrise is going to be the second stage in the Siege in the War for Cybertron series, and it seems like we're getting a lot of the same, just with Earth alt modes now, which is a shame. We've got here photos of Hoist, Cliffjumper, Wheeljack, some new figures, Ironworks, a new Starscream. Our first grapple since we didn't even get a Combiner Wars grapple. So our first grapple.
Shield was the last grapple.
Yeah. Yep.
Solar Storm grapple.
Yeah. Rappel, I think his name was
yes. Rappel, c'est français non.
We'll start with the big bot himself, Prime. Again, we've got another G1 looking Prime here with his pretty Earth mode looking truck. We're getting close to that masterpiece sort of layout or design here with maybe not the $500 engineering, but.
Well, the trouble with G1 Primes is they're all very nice now, but you've really just got to come back to they're trying to do exactly the same thing, yet somehow say it's a different thing, because you've got basically the same guy turning into the same thing once or twice in every line. So you've got to feel sorry for them. They've got to try to insert some form of difference when they
got to
can't go too far outside the lines.
Yeah. And that's right. Even if we go back to, say, Combiner Wars and go from there, we had sort of a bit of a not so much an Earth mode for him there. You're still sawing that or rocking that G1-esque design. Then it's Titan Return with the combining. Was that the Evolution one, or is that Power of the Primes?
Power
of the Primes. So there wasn't a Titan's Return Prime, was there? Oh, yes, there was.
Yeah,
There was a triple changer.
There was
and
there was a Power Master one.
Yeah.
There was too. Yep. And then with Siege, we had the game Prime with a little bit more of a Cybertronian mode, and then the cell shading as well, and all still sort of trying to keep to that the robot aesthetic anyway. It hasn't really changed a lot between all those designs. It's just really his alt mode and how that incorporates into the robot mode itself. How many Primes is too many Primes? Is anyone excited for Prime, I should say?
No, to be honest, when I saw the truck mode with the trailer wheels, I was immediately like, Power of the Primes is still my Optimus Prime, because you've got the truck, you've got the trailer, they both combine, so you don't have to have the trailer off to the side somewhere.
Yeah.
Got a good Optimus Prime toy. This, like Dario was saying, they have to sort of keep reinventing the wheel every time they want to do another Optimus Prime. It's just like, no.
I do like this one just from the you can put the the fire impacts and all that kind of thing on it as well, which looks quite cool. So you can just peg them on.
You've got the ports there,
yeah. So I think that could look quite cool.
And it's a good little return to his trailer having the med bay sort of playability in it, but those that just paid whatever they paid for Masterpiece Prime are probably think to themselves now.
Yeah, if I didn't have like a regular G1 Prime figure, I'd snap this up. But I do, and a few times over.
Isn't that the ultimate problem? You can go and get a loose G1 Prime now for under $100, or even around $100 if you want his fists and other sort of stuff. So there's no real need. Okay, they're going to keep on updating to make it more articulated or whatever else, but if you've got that G1 Prime and maybe one of the free Masterpiece Primes or one of the current release Primes as well, I suppose it depends if you're going collecting a line or not. You want that Prime to match in.
I suppose you also need to consider that, I mean, we've all been collecting for a while, whereas there'll be some people who might only just be starting to collect, whereas this would be a perfect entry point for them. That's the only thing. That's the only reason I can sort of justify them continuously releasing the same character in the same triple threat line, because we had Siege Prime, now we got this, was it Earthrise?
Earthrise, yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess it's not like. Sorry, go on.
That's all right.
I was going to say, I guess it's not like back in G1 where you could actually just leave the same product or keep making the same product for like 2 or 3 years running.
Well, it worked for a while.
Yeah. But now, no matter how well Siege Prime is or was selling, they're still going to make this new chap for next year.
Yeah. It's just a shame that they announced these after everyone else has already gone and bought. I mean, I got to admit, I am still happy with the War for Cybertron Siege Starscream mold. Now I just need to get a Thundercracker, and then I've got my Seekers already done up, and then I saw the Earth mode Starscream, and it looks plain. Duh. But it doesn't look particularly awesome.
Well, again, they'll, especially the Seekers, don't look under it. Like here, you can clearly see the hole where his nose cone goes, or his head or something goes underneath it.
Yeah, I think that's his chest.
Yeah.
And then you can see his arms as well. The blue part will be his forearm.
His chest is pretty boxy there too, torso. But my biggest issue here is the fact that they obviously knew they were going this way. Why the Siege figures? Why make them so slavishly G1 or Earth mode when you're going to do Earth mode again? Like they could have really gone and maybe even touched back on some of the video game stuff as the Cybertronian stuff. Like some of those figures updated in the Siege line, I reckon would have looked fantastic.
Yeah, but, definitely.
We got the newcomer there too, Grapple.
He looks cool.
He does look. He looks pretty good. With that whole cabin.
Yeah, sorry, Wheeljack looks pretty cool too. I mean, I'll definitely be picking that one up. It looks very nice.
Where's the Wheeljack? There he is.
I'm thinking I might get Wheeljack.
Just in case you want a weird comparison. That's the reveal the shield one.
At the moment, I've still got Energy on downshift standing in for Wheeljack.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the Combiner Wars one wasn't the best.
No.
Actually, it was probably one of the worst figures in the line. More so just for the paint apps and detail and car mode anyway. As you're saying, got all the effects parts there can clip on as well, which seems to be a common thing amongst the line as well. Trailbreaker Thrilling 30? Was that in there? Or it was Generations anyway. We got that Trailbreaker and Hoist.
Yeah. I think it was just the Thrilling 30. It was the ones they did the tie-in comics with.
Yeah,
comics.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely not as G1 inspired as what these guys he is here.
Does it say is this one a deluxe or a Voyager?
I'd guess this is a deluxe being.
Yeah.
I'd like that one. I don't have a Hoist. He hasn't had any love for a while.
No, he hasn't. This one looks really good. I don't know if that's just the way he's posed, but his weapon hand looks huge.
CG perspective. It's not even forced perspective because it's not a real figure.
Oh.
Also, it looks like
now he just smacks people with it.
There's this big bulkhead club from Prime.
Yeah.
Bit of paint detail on the front of the bonnet there as well. It looks like they're continuing on with that. Not so much a poo smear here as what we got with some of the Siege stuff, but at least here it's sort of isolated that one section of the bonnet, and it sort of matches up on the car mode because that's pretty much the G1 figure right there for the most part. Even with Grapple, just the fact they're going for that big, the whole front of the truck is his chest, which I think, and even his all the stuff around his head and that, it just makes the figure that little bit better.
This all but guarantees that Trailbreaker and Inferno are going to turn up sooner or later.
Yeah, yep. Which I'm glad I wasn't a fan of the Inferno for Combiner Wars. We didn't get one after that. Reusing the Voyager torso, Combiner torsos wasn't a big fan of. But
yeah, I think as they went on and started to try to shoehorn more and more characters where it didn't quite fit.
Yep. It was perfectly fine for the combining. Like my son, just again, yeah, well, that's Bruticus, but yeah, all the combiner limbs are going to go to wherever you want to put them. So playability there is fine. Cliff Jumper as well, which may be deluxe. I'm hoping deluxe. I don't think they're going to do.
He is a deluxe. I was hoping he'd be a legend scale because the Power of the Primes legends were amazingly well detailed and sculpted. But this guy's going to be huge with next to Bumblebee and Beachcomber and Wheelie. So yeah, this one's a deluxe. I think it's just too big.
And it might even scale in with your Masterpiece version 1B for the time being until we get something. If you didn't get one of the I can't remember who done it now. There was a couple of those third-party cliff jumpers getting around.
I can't remember who did them.
I know Jason got one. I got one. I had one as well for a little while. Alan's got one, but he's not on tonight. So who else have we got here?
Got the Micromaster homage, but I keep forgetting his name.
Getting more little ones. Also going to get a little playset as well that can transform scrap metal, is it? No, something scrap.
Ironworks.
Ironworks.
That's the one. Yeah.
No scrap in there at all. And it's Monday afternoon. Everyone's home from school, so my internet's not going to work real well. Again, you got little connecting tabs there, so you could plug this on alongside your Metroplex City or Fort Max. He's got tabs everywhere.
Keeping tabs on us all.
Well, he did have another mode. Oh, yeah, he's transformable as well. So there you go. It's not just platform mode.
I think it's another parts former, like weaponizer, except I don't know if they're still going to have weaponizers in Earthwise or whatever it is.
It is a bit hard. Yeah, we got some time to. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, it definitely comes apart.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the weaponizers have gone down really well with some people, so why not continue? Yeah.
Yep. And hot. Let me spell. We got some of the little guys here as well. Probably don't have to look at them too much. If it ever loads. Legend scale figures, they are what they are.
Yeah. It looks cool, but at the same time, nice to look at on a computer screen. I don't think I go out of my way to get it in real life.
Come on, there. Yeah. They're it's a shame. Some of the legends will get real good there for a while, and now it seems they've gone back to movie quality.
Yeah.
Because we had Laserbeak and that for the laugh for Siege, and even going back to Nor and some of those little guys as well. So yeah, Earth Rising, Sunrise is coming. We'll report back when we see more. Most likely it'll be New York Comic Con next year. No, Toy Fair next year in February, where we see some of these guys in the flesh.
Look forward to it.
Hopefully some people get to play with them and see what they transform like. Moving on, we got some images of Studio Series Scavenger and Mixmaster. The main torso pieces for the Studio Series combining Devastator are on the way. They're not due for release this year. They'd be too late in the year. I think they'll be early next year, but definitely a lot better than what the original movie versions were, especially for Scavenger. If you can get over the movie aesthetic, of course.
Yeah.
And we got Shockwave as well.
Ugh.
That's messy.
Oh God. That's an attempt at an alternate mode.
I love how they're going back to the 80s and early 90s with the parachuting paratrooper.
Yeah. Wonder how long that parachute will last.
Just leave it in the box.
Good point.
Although you could probably just sort of let it sit over his head like it did in the film and display it like that.
Yeah.
But I think the definite plus here is the brains and wheelie that come with him that they're not going to show.
I'm just going to show you a little. Yeah. I'm guessing that's leader class then.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's
the one in the original. The one in the original line was Voyager.
Yeah, both this and Scavenger are leader size. So.
Okay. Cool.
Which is going to be interesting. You have that and leader mixed master as well in the torso, that Devastator. That thing's going to have some mass.
They all come out.
You're collecting them, Cam?
I am. Yeah, I've got them all to date. So we're missing on 4 of them now.
Yep.
So yeah, can't wait till these come out and then start unboxing. They're going to stay in the box until we've got them all together. Then we'll have a little party.
Yeah, combining party.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of. No, I'm not a big fan of the movie figures, but I can see most of these studio series that for someone who is, they must be really nice. Particularly these ones that actually combine and everything.
Yeah, and I've got a couple of them now. I've got one here for new acquisitions later if we get to it, but it sort of makes me wonder. For the most part, the original figures were fine. Yes, this guy had some issues standing, and you had to pose the arms to make him a tripod just to make him stand. I didn't, especially Mixmaster was overly complex, and I still reckon it's probably more complex than what the leader Prime was for Revenge of the Fallen. But it's a real hard one to get between modes, but I didn't really need them to combine, and I'm grateful that they're making this combiner now. Time will tell how it turns out in the end, but we are getting some nice detail on these figures as well. So I don't know if it'd make me turn around and sell. I sold a lot of my movie stuff, but the combiners, the Constructicons I kept. So maybe I'll just leave them in A mode and just have this Studio Series 1 in Devastator mode to replace the the Ultimate. What they call that? It wasn't Leader.
Supreme,
the Titan. Supreme Devastator.
Supreme, I think, yeah. Yeah, he was a bastard.
A bastard child.
Yeah. I remember when I was putting him into storage and I, put them all into their vehicle modes, and the cement mixer, the sound effects kept going off, so I had to rip the batteries out. And then when you had them all like as toy vehicles in front of you, they were just so horribly out of scale with each other. Like Mixmaster was twice the size of everyone else.
Yeah, Mixmaster's funny. My son's got him in his room, so he set it up as a bit of an alarm. So if someone comes in, it goes off.
Nice.
I remember one of them I sold. I took it to the post office, and the whole time I'm taking it to the post office, you could hear him in there going off. So just imagine him on the back of the truck, his cardboard box. I am Devastator. Hopefully, it gave the guys at the dispatch and had a bit of a chuckle. Yeah, so they're coming anyway. Moving on to some fans toys, some third party news. Fans toys upping the ante with more of their combining Superion. Here we got the Air Raid or Iceman. Convenient naming, especially when you see that. That's a slick looking jet. Where are we on third party combiners? Cam, you said you're a little bit limited on space. Have you gone for any of the big combiners?
I haven't, no. But I mean, looking at this one, it looks like you said quite sleek. So put together, I'd be tempted.
It is slavishly G1 as well, especially in bot mode.
Yeah, it is straight off the animation model, that one.
Yeah.
Even Silverbolt.
That Silverbolt looks really nice.
They do, yeah.
Dara, are you collecting the big combiners?
Not the 3Ps, no. The Combiner Wars ones, they're good for me.
Hmm.
Same here.
I suppose too, like even today talking about Studio Series Prime that I picked up, a lot of people saying they're just going to wait for the oversized KO, and I think after the Warbitron Bruticus, a lot of people are probably going to be waiting. There was I can't remember who originally done the Superion. There was a KO of that one upscaled as well. Whoever done that original Superion 5 or 10 years ago. But
You mean that Fans Project add-on kit?
no, this was a full bot.
Okay.
Unique? No, not Unique Toys. Anyway, yeah. So I have seen a lot of, especially when you're going to be looking at probably 130, 140 a bot here. You're looking at over a $500 figure again. Where the third party ones are coming out, like that Bruticus was 160 or something. Because the Fans toys aren't the only ones. We've got DX9, no, X Transbots motoring on with their Motor Masters as well. And here we got Dead End and Drag Strip.
Yep.
Is it Dead End? Oh,
yeah.
Pulled that one out of my butt. Again, great looking G1 accurate bots. Again, going to be pricey.
Yeah.
What are their names? Have they got funny thesaurus names on these ones?
Death Wish and Overheat.
No points for creativity on that.
No. But you can see their drag strip alongside Silver Streak. Smokescreen. MP Datsun. He's not blue.
I know.
MP Datsun, so he is MP Datsun size, and that's going to sort of tell you what the size and mass of that figure is going to be. It'd be nice, but yeah, Menasor is just not one I'd want to go after. Even the Combiner Wars one was probably the first one I sold when I decided to sell the combiners there.
Yeah.
All right. And if anything else on the Fans to third party combiners?
I do like the alt mode. I'm not sure about bot mode, to be fair. Alt mode's very sleek.
Definitely, yeah.
I think that's one thing they're definitely getting right now is just the car mode. The alt modes are looking fantastic, as we've seen before with the Jet and here with the cars.
Because I like to display in bot mode, but if I got that, it'd definitely be displayed in alt mode.
Yeah.
Well, that would help, especially like something like Menasor. Instead of having that 2 foot tall combiner on the shelf, just having the cars all lined up. You know it's a Stunticons. You know what they can do. Transform it, take some photos in combined mode, and then put them back in car mode and just have them on a shelf like that. I'll be interested to see their Motor Master. That'd be a big boy. Because Jason's not here, I'm going to talk briefly about statues. Coming again out of New Comic-Con, Pop Culture Shock have got some photos up. We did have a reveal a couple of weeks ago of a Megatron, but we didn't get to record that week, so it's here as well. We got Grimlock, the Megatron, and the Megatron. I can say the two, isn't it? Yeah, just the two. So Grimlock here, looking fantastic in his G1 movie cel-shaded colours. I'm not quite sure. These are nowhere near the same price as the your Prime One or any of them. So if these are like $100 or so, I'd nearly be really interested in getting one, especially Grimlock and Megatron, and hopefully Prime would come down the track after that. Because you're never going to get Masterpiece bots looking like this.
No, you won't. They look cool, but they also look very, very big. I mean, that Grimlock looks tiny in comparison to Megatron.
Yeah, there's a bit of a scale there.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that, but Yeah.
So I think it might meant to be, like Megatron and Optimus might be your centerpiece, and the others might just be there for the fun.
That's what I was thinking. That'll look fantastic at the middle of your display.
Mm. Energon
Even that
Mace
with
smiling
the
portrait.
mace looks cool, yeah.
Oh, if that's the same sideshow, yeah. There you go. $800 for Megatron. Okay.
Save it for Unicron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like him anymore.
Yeah. But it's a good look at the accessory. There you get his Energon mace, which
And his smiling face.
yeah. I think if you're going to do a Megatron, it's got that face. It has to have the maniacal laugh video chip, a voice chip in it.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't get around it. Wow, I can't believe that Grimlock's going to be so small. That is a shame. That is a shame. Rightio, something that's a little bit more back on the good price point for most of us. Siege Soundwave was a Voyager, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Dr. Wu has come back. I can't remember doing much news about them for a while, but he's creating some little drones to go in the chest of that Studio Series, that Siege Soundwave. Anyone got the Siege? Brad, you'd have the Soundwave?
No, the Soundwave I've got is a device label. That one's my only Soundwave.
Okay. Anyone else got Siege Soundwave?
I do, but I haven't opened him, so I've displayed him in the box.
Okay, you're no good. Dario, help us, Dario. Have you got him?
No, I want to, but I don't.
There you go, Brad. That's your next acquisition. Go get Soundwave.
I've seen him. He's on his shelf warming here. Something shocking. And
yeah, here as well. Just everywhere.
With
and it's not. Yeah, Starscream definitely. I've seen a Thundercracker today, which was new, but
we gotta go hunt him down.
Hound. I'm seeing Hound everywhere.
Yeah, Hound's just hit too. Plus, there's a lot of Red Alert out there.
A couple of Chromias still hanging about as well.
But these guys getting these little scouts, which is a little rover and a little drone, flying drone, to fold up into cassette mode. I don't know if they both fit in his chest at once. Like we only see one photo there of one.
I think Soundwave's designed to only have one cassette in his chest, whereas I think we're getting a Sound Blaster that can have two in his chest.
Well, and that's why I was going to ask if anyone's got him, because looking at it in the box, I never even knew it had I never even knew the front opened. And it looks like there he's got the eject button. He's doing the eject pose. Looks like a little grey tab in there that lets that cover come forward. So I think I'm going to buy him next time I see him. It's really just been a holdout. I know it's a figure I'd love to get. I was just sort of saving me pennies until I found Prime, which I've done now. So if I was going to get another Siege figure, it'd be Soundwave.
He does look really, really good. I'm just not sold on the space mode of Soundwave.
Yeah.
I'd always jump in and say, well, you don't have to transform, but a lot of people have got the conception, well, it's a transformer, it has to. So
has to live up to its name of transform.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently there's a fan mode that's more tape playerish. I haven't seen a picture though.
Oh, I'm sure you could invert hips or pop a pin or something and get those legs up behind it. It'd probably look like a weird yoga pose, but I'm sure.
My friend's a big Soundwave collector. I should ask her.
Yeah.
I do really like the I really like how this is homaging the G1 toy there with the yellow eyes. Every time I see it in retail, it does look good with the yellow eyes.
Oh, again, it's something I hadn't even noticed. Because it's got all the front panels all scratched up, isn't it? That's one of its main damage bits.
Main drawbacks of these first wave of Siege.
Well, at least
paint scratches.
At least that sort of looks all right on there. It's not like the others where you got it across panels that don't line up in even modes. or one mode, not the other.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely keen. One, to get Soundwave, and two, get some of these little guys for him. It's sort of.
There a price for these guys?
It's not a roller, but it's nearly a roller. Not there. Where's the haters? Someone would have hated it. Well, being that low, maybe deluxe price.
Yeah.
Maybe $25.
I love the comparison to the Moon Rover. That's awesome.
Oh, well, that's exactly what it was. It almost reminded me of almost the Doctor from Revenge of the Fallen 2, just without the spider legs.
Scalpel.
Yeah, Scalpel.
Yeah.
Being a
I
Decepticon.
don't know why that picture there looks like the rover's holding a gun to itself.
It's on Mars by itself.
It just looks weird.
And it's still working 10, 15, 20 years after it was intended to. I'd be getting really toey on that trigger as well. These good scenes of shots of Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see any prices here. But I'd guess that'd be around the 20 to $30 for the set.
Oh yeah, not bad.
No, I think he's saying what he'd pay. That's not right. Forget that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the end of the news. I need to work out what's going on here. There we are. We're back.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. Right, we've got a couple of minutes. Cam, you were saying before you had a new acquisition.
I do. I believe you got the same one. Pull him
really?
off the shelf quickly.
I need to see if I can do...
Is it the Studio Series Bumblebee Optimus Prime?
Yes. That's not
it.
Bumblebee Prime.
Bumblebee Prime. So I've pulled him out. This one, I don't usually pull them out of the box, but this one I have. So I've had a good play with him.
Yep.
And I'm very happy with it, to be honest.
Do you have a loose right leg or left leg as he's looking for?
No, they're perfect. I guess the only thing is the chest panel. If you open it, it'll pop out. So it'll actually come off because the hinges, see, it just does that. It's not very secure, but you can push. Yeah, you can push it back in, and it's not very tight. But yeah, that's the only disappointment on him. Otherwise, he's a very, very good looking figure.
Yep,
and fun to play with.
Solid. I'm getting it. Yeah, I don't know. I also got him. I didn't transform, just playing around, just looking again, just the way they're using the silver paint on these figures, even going back to the other Studio Series stuff as well. Again, there on the grill, he's back to his full front tires and his back tires as well. As I said, mine's got a little bit of a loose leg, which is a shame, but it's going to sit in display. I don't even know if I'll even transform it. I might get the young fella to have a play of it around the Savo and see if I can get some panels to pop off like you have. But
does your the back of it? So it's the little the truck grill. Does that stay stuck in on the back? Because mine's quite loose and it doesn't. Yeah, doesn't.
I don't know what I didn't do because I thought that bit there held it on. Yeah, you can sort of see on the top there where it should tab in, but for that to happen, the whole bit's got to push down and in, but it doesn't want to do that at all.
That's right. So I don't want to push too hard either, just in case I snap it in half.
I'm sure there's a way, but again, it's going to sit like that on the display. I'm not going to have it backwards or anything, so I might even just pull it down so it's straight out like that, just so you can't see it from the top or from the front. But yeah, it's another one. Last week I got 3 of those reflectors as well, just the normal retail release ones because Target had bots on special, so got them for a little bit off. Dropkick, might talk about these next time, but got Dropkick the car mode as well. Went into the store and there it was, so got that. Just need to get Shatter. She seemed to be really warm and shelved, so I wasn't rushing to get her. Unfortunately, I haven't seen her in 2 weeks, so maybe I missed. I might have missed out on that. But apart from that, I think most of the movie, I haven't got a B. I need to find B. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything's going towards Unicron at the moment, and just getting a couple of those Studio Series bots, just having a little display on their own.
I have to admit, I did get this boy.
Oh, monkey.
So I got him through one of our sellers on TCCA on the Facebook page. So he's a beautiful figure.
Primal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For the audio audience, that's Transmetal Optimus Primal.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can't hear see-through audio, can you? Yeah, but he's a beautiful figure. So
love looking.
Very, very cool.
The paint looks fantastic on him.
It always looks good and robust, that one.
Yeah. Pristine condition, so it took good care of him.
It's the biggest shame the Megatron tends to explode.
Yep.
It's very hard having those two looking so pristine next to each other on a shelf. Dara, anything new this week? Well, actually, it's your first episode on, so we don't have to go into it too far. Next episode you'll be on, it might be a little bit less news, but what's sort of some of your main stuff you go after collect, and you got anything new for that line?
I'm more of a fiction / character first person.
Yep.
So if I've gone after a figure, it's because I like the character or some piece of fiction they've been in, some story. So hence I ordered the Siege Impactor because I've been waiting for an Impactor figure since 1986. That said, I do tend to collect pretty much any version of Grimlock going. So I've got like a little array shelf of various Grimlocks. I'd sent the picture to the chat before, but I think it sort of got slipped into the ether. But yeah, there's a few more of the Sage I'm hoping to catch as they come out, like Barricade. And again, I'm tempted by that Omega Supreme, but he's a very large and very pricey toy, so I'll have to think on that one.
It's sort of one, especially with the Titans. I know here, and I'll normally get joked at because I'm in the backwater, but just sometimes just seeing these figures on shelves, and whether you actually see them on shelves, if you want them or not, sometimes just going for them if you do see them, because you'll probably never see it again. Like I was saying before with Shatter, probably should have done that, but especially the Titans. Like a week after the big W sale where Triptychon come in, he was gone, and I didn't see him again for about 4 weeks. He was on the clearance line, hidden around behind some nappies. So that was I was looking for him. I wasn't really keen to get him, but seeing that there, I just had to jump on it. But
that's how I got Fort Max. He was basically started to shelf form at a couple of places here until some of them just went, just reduce the hell out of him and get him out of our shop. So that's how I got Fort Max at a reasonable price.
Yeah, well, Maya were doing that. They'll half price it and just trying to get rid of it in the end. A year or two later. Yep. And good point too of sort of having characters in fiction, because like that's a lot of those stuff where we've had cartoons prime animated, even going into some. I can't remember what was the B one.
Robots in Disguise.
Yeah, that new take on RID, like having those characters, seeing Thermidor and all those sort of characters on screen, definitely made me want to collect them more than some of the figures now where there's no real fiction except maybe a tie-in comic or something like that.
Well, back in the Unicron trilogy days, I used to just get anything and everything, and then it's before too long, you're sort of going, I don't know who any of these people are or why I got them.
Yeah, very true. Mr. Groovy Guy, anything new on your end?
No, not at the moment. I think the only two figures I'm hunting for are Siege Thundercracker and maybe Siege Springer. And then after I get those, I think I might be having a hiatus from collecting for a while because nothing new really. I mean, I do like the looks of those Seacons, but I'm waiting to see if they get announced as a collectible gift set before I make my mind up on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing new this week, I'm afraid.
Okie dokie.
Are they the Takara Transformers Generation Selects Turtler figure?
And I think EB Games. Yeah,
that's right.
EB Games is going to be getting them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just trawling through, so you can get Turtler and.
I think you can get 4 of the 6 I think they've just announced the other 2, and then so we got 4. But as all G1 fans know, there's actually 6 for King Poseidon or Piranacon, whatever you want to call him. So I'm just waiting to see if they get announced and if they come
King
out as a full
Poseidon
gift
sounds
set.
way more badass.
Yeah, that's what it's called in the Japanese one. And yeah, just waiting for that.
It's good too in the current.
Putting money towards Unicron.
It's good too in the current market where you can say King Poseidon, people know exactly what it is. Instead of Studio Select, 15 different words like you said before to describe what the figure is.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it. We've managed to get through. We've got to our hour, which is good.
Yeah, it was scraped in with 40 seconds to spare.
Without any major issues. I'm happy. Guys, anything else on any news stories you want to bring up, or are we good to go?
Maybe just turning to Unicron.
He's back.
He's getting through, but I did notice the article said that there's a tie-in comic book bundle online or something. So that might add a bit of fiction around him, hopefully. More than there is,
Was it like a humble bundle?
Yeah, so it said it was an online comic bundle that comes with Unicron.
For IDW.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
I wonder, IDW have already done, they wouldn't have, or maybe they've reissued the original movie comic. I'm sure there was an original movie comic that sort of lays out him coming to Cybertron, eating it, trying to eat it, and then getting destroyed.
They did their own adaptation of it, so it'd be easy just to put that in a digital bundle.
I was going to say, I wonder if they just redo something and not have it actual, or does it say it's new?
Didn't say anything. I just saw on the tail end of the news, it was just a digi bundle. So whether it's the existing story or a different adaptation.
It might have some new art in it or something to sort of make it look more like this Unicron, not the movie one, which is only removed the backpack.
They probably include their Unicron miniseries in it because, well, duh.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's do the outro. Thank you for listening. If you're watching along on the live record, either on StreamYard. I kept on typing in StreamYard. I kept on going to some UK restaurant, which StreamYard. There's an R in there. Thank you for checking us out. To find out more of these stories on the podcast version, it's on the show notes there, or you can head over to the Podbean site for the show notes there as well. For everything TCCA, head over to transformerscca.com and the Facebook group Transformers Collectors Club Australia. We're all there. You can come say hi. We'll say hi back. We won't bite. And
hard.
I knew someone was going to do it. But guys, that's it. Cam, thanks for coming back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
Daria, thanks for coming on. You're going to be around a lot longer, hopefully.
Cheers.
And the groovy guy himself, keep that beard long and flowing.
Thanks for having me. Can I do a quick shout out for my Twitch channel?
Yep, go for it.
You can find me at twitch.tv/groovyguy0069. Join me on there and we can both talk about how lovely my beard is.
Cam, anything to share on your end?
Not really. I got Twitter, so it's Cam_Kiely, Kiely.
Lovely. Daria?
I am on another podcast about Ozploitation movies called Podsploitation. You can find that on Facebook or podsploitation.podbean.com. Excellent.
All right, guys, until next time, thanks for joining me, and we'll be back next time. This hasn't gone well. See you guys.
Thanks.
End broadcast. Okie dokie. All right, I don't